You want to cook the most flavorful cornbread you ever had? This is the ultimate motherfucking cornbread. Check out this video. Follow it right to the T. You won't regret it. That is off the chart. Sausage bone. Alright, so I've got me a nice bed of coals. I've got my two poblanos. I'm going to lay them right on these coals. And what I'm trying to do here is I just want to blister the skin. I'm going to flip them here in a minute. We're going to pull them off, get the skin off of them. We're going to chop them up. We're going to get started. Alright, so our poblanos are pretty much roasted. Now what we're going to do here, we're just going to scrape them and get the skin off. Just that easy. Alright, we got our poblanos skinned. Now I'm going to go through here and I'm going to cut them up pretty fine. Just like this. No, I'm not as fast as a professional chef, but it's okay. It's still pretty damn fine. Alright, so I've got a pretty, medium skillet, cast iron skillet. Of course, we're going to get a little bit of heat. We don't want to overdo this. If you're doing it on the stove, this would probably be about a medium heat. I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not, because I'm going to keep it out on the edge. And we're just going to get our skillet heated up pretty good. And we're going to go in with our chopped poblanos. And of course, the skillet's not hot yet. It's going to get there. We're not in a big rush. We want to do this pretty slow, because we don't want to burn or get anything to stick in. We're going to add some liquids here in a minute. So we got the poblanos in. The next thing we were going to do is we're going to add a can of cream corn. All right, so we got 1 can of cream corn. We're going to get that in there. And then we're going to go with 1 stick of Philadelphia cream cheese. And we're going to stir this and we're going to cook it until it kind of melts the cream cheese and cooks everything together. And then we're going to come back and add a couple of different cheeses of my choice. You can add whatever cheese you like. Not everybody likes the same cheeses, so I'll let you know what I add. But again, you can add whatever cheese you want or leave it just like this. All right, so now that we've got this melted down, we're going to add some mild cheddar. Again, just a mild cheddar. You don't have to add this. You can add whatever your choice is. Now I'm going to add some Gouda. And if you didn't know, this is one of the oldest, is actually the oldest recorded cheese. This has been recorded all the way back to 1100s. This is the oldest recorded cheese that is still in existence today, which is Gouda. And ironically, the name doesn't even come from the people that made the cheese. It comes from a town that actually had the rights to sell it, move it, and the town of Gouda, which is pretty awesome. All right, so I've got 2 whole jalapenos, and I've taken the seeds out. I'm going to go ahead and get these chopped up, and as you'll see, I don't put them in the skillet to cook with everything else that's cooking now. I like to wait and add these to the mixture, which we already have here, which is our dry mixture. There's a video on the cornbread itself, and it's the same exact cornbread mixture. This is all just extra flavor. All right, so I got my pot preheating. I'm gonna put a table fork, I guess, because I don't have a spoon. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon. Like I said, in my case, this is a table fork. We're gonna let that preheat. While that's getting good and hot. We've got our cornbread already mixed up. It may look a hair drier than you would normally want it, and the reason for that is we're fixing to add a lot of liquids. So we've got our 2 jalapenos, and we've got our cheese and poblano mixture, corn. We're gonna get this in there. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I mean, y'all know I love motherfucking cornbread. This right here is just next level, off the shelf. Just off the chart. Awesome. Look at the cheese in this. The one thing we're going to talk about a little bit as we go through the process of cooking this is the fact that there is so much liquid. So it's going to cook a lot slower. We're going to be really, really careful with this because, again, we don't want to cook the outside and the top before we do the center. So we're going to do it really slow, take our time with this. And now that our Dutch oven is hot, we'll get it all in there. We're not wasting any of it. And that's right about what you want. You want to see that oil just break the surface. That's going to make everything really crisp, and it's just going to turn out exactly the way we want it to. And we're going to get the lid on, get it on really tight. We don't have a whole lot of heat at the bottom. We're probably running somewhere around about 325 on the bottom. And then we're going to come on top, and same thing, you don't want to overdo your top. We've got really small coals, so they're going to tend to burn out pretty quick, so the heat's going to kind of come and go, which is what we want because it's easier to fluctuate, it's easier to add. And you know, the only difference in not having big coals and a lot of heat all at one time is you can control it better. You can always cook it longer and you get the same result, but if you burn it, it's pretty much a wrap. All right, guys, so it's been about 7-8 minutes. I'm gonna rotate my pot 180 degrees so I don't get any hot spots. Get that old handle out the dang way. Get out of that damn thing. Now we're gonna take the lid off and look at it. Oh yeah, she's looking good. And we're gonna rotate our lid 180 degrees so we don't get no hot spots on top. We still running about 300 degrees. That's right where we want to be. We'll give it about another 3, 4, 5 minutes and then we'll check it out again. All right, guys, so that old cornbread, we're gonna spin it about a 180. We're gonna get that old lid off and look at it, see where we're at. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, she's a little bit moist in the middle, so we got a little bit more cooking to do. We're just gonna get the lid back on. We got a couple coals underneath. We're trying to get them right under the center part more so. We don't want too many under there, not a lot. And then we got our coals on top, and again, we're probably running about 300, 325, nothing fast, slow, easy. And we'll come back check on it in a minute. All right, guys, so we've got the coals off the lid. Old cornbread is done. Oh yeah, it looks good. She's gonna be soft, moist, and beyond full of flavor. So there it is right there. My version of just a good mixture of all the shit I just showed you, and it is gonna be delicious.